So thanks so much for having me here today. I'm Karen Koppett. I'm a senior water conservation specialist with the Santa Clara Valley Water District. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the water district, and I'm going to also talk about the state of our current drought. And then I'm going to tell you about some water conservation programs that we have. Probably some of you already know about a lot of these programs, but in case you don't, they apply directly to you all. Finally, I'm going to hopefully leave a little time so that you can ask any questions. If you have any questions, now is a great time to ask. So,
Lights in the back so we can take notes.
oh, sure.
Maybe.
How's that?
Thank you.
Cool? All right.
How's that, Steve?
Is that all right? Great. The Santa Clara Valley Water District is an integrated water resources agency. We do a lot of things. We are one of the largest wholesalers. We are the largest wholesaler for Santa Clara County for water. We are not a water retailer. Even my mom thinks I work for the San Jose Water Company. I have to correct her now and again and say, no, Mom, San Jose Water Company is a water retailer. We're the water wholesaler. There are about 12 or so large water retailers within Santa Clara County that we sell water to. As a water wholesaler, we're on the lines of like a government agency. In fact, we used to be associated with Santa Clara County, and back in the 50s, we became a special water district. So our territory is all of Santa Clara County, from Palo Alto all the way down to Gilroy. Did I skip a slide? I feel like I did. Yeah, there we go. So we have quite a few, we have a lot of people here in Santa Clara County that we have to provide water for. It's about 2 million. We hit about the 2 million mark. It's pretty amazing. We have a lot of wells still, and we have 10 above ground reservoirs. We have a very robust groundwater system throughout Santa Clara County. We have, as I mentioned, we have almost 400 acres of groundwater recharge ponds. We have almost 300 miles of streams and creeks throughout the county. It's a pretty diverse portfolio that we have here in Santa Clara County. We have mountains, we have the bay. We got a lot of things going on here in Santa Clara County, and that we have to take into account. The reason why Santa Clara Valley Water District started, I just love this slide. I know it's a little hard to read, from, even though it's giant. It is a little hard to read, but the thing to take away from this particular slide, these couple of things. One is, you can see this is the groundwater elevation from 1900 to today, more or less. We're about right here today. And as you can see, back in 1900, it was doing pretty fine, but the population, here's the population, this green line, right? So as the population rose in Santa Clara County back in the 1900s, from the 1900s on, we were really only on wells back then. We started pulling from wells, right? And you can see the groundwater dipped, especially after about 1930 or so. This orange line here, this is the land surface elevation. And the remarkable thing about this slide, what this spells is that we started pulling from wells, and the groundwater level actually subsided. It's called groundwater subsidence, and it actually subsided by 13 feet between 1915 and 1970, which is an incredible thing. We started to wake up to what was going on, and then we started to construct reservoirs to capture more of the local water, and that was the beginning of our reservoirs. We started to import water. So about half of our water right now comes from, it's actually a little more than half of our water, 55% is imported. It's imported from the Sierras. We get it from the federal, from Shasta Lake, from Lake Oroville, and Hetch Hetchy. And it comes through, the Hetch Hetchy is separate, that's a separate pipeline, but the rest of it comes through the Delta. And we didn't get a lot of our allocation this year because it's been hard all across the state of California. This is actually from July 29th. I tried to get the latest one, and there is a latest one, but for some reason I was in a hurry because of the drought, and I couldn't grab the entire graphic, so I just went with the July 29th. It's changed a little bit in that it's become darker, and that is not good. So as you can see right here, anything dark on this is not good. I think that this yellow kind of mustardy color, that means severe drought. This dark red, that's extreme drought. We're in a very unusual situation this year, and it's not good. We do have a water tracker online, by the way. If you're interested in following how we're doing with water, we have a terrific summary on our website. It's actually really easy to find, and it's easy to pull off our website. It's great. If you go to our website, which is valleywater.org, and you go to this thing right here, which is Drought 2014, you can pull off our water tracker. It's great. The thing that I would like to point out is this third bullet point, which is don't count on El Nino to solve the problem. In fact, they're predicting right now, you probably all know because you probably have seen it in the news, it's probably going to be a weak El Nino, which means that we're probably not going to see extraordinary rainfall. We might see average rainfall. However, they're predicting we're going to see below average rainfall again. So it's probably going to be another year where we're going to have below average rainfall. And I can tell you what that means for us. It means that we're going to be probably asking people to conserve more than ever, and we're going to do some other things too, and I'll get to that in a couple of slides. This slide is a really hopeful slide in my opinion. This is the population graph. As you can see from 1980 to 2013. As you can see, our population has really increased, but our water consumption, which is this green line, has stayed fairly steady. We're really proud of that, and that's partly due to everybody's efforts. I mean, we can't take credit. That's water conservation right there, and some water recycling too. This is how it's divided up, how our water is divided up in Santa Clara County. Most of it goes for residential use, and by the way, embedded in this residential use and counting for over half of that purple piece of the pie is landscape.
How much?
Over half. It's probably about 55% of this is landscape. So if you can imagine, I know there's a landscape, that's dedicated meter landscape though, and not all landscape, as you know, is on dedicated meters. In fact, residential water use, they don't have dedicated water meters for landscape, unless it's a giant estate, I suppose. So
HOAs do.
HOAs, some do, some don't. Businesses right here, this green piece of the pie, that's business water use, and ag is this blue piece of the pie. We've called for 20%, just like the governor of California has. So Governor Brown called for 20% water use reduction. That's reducing your water from 2013 to today. So what you used last year, we're hoping that you're using 20% less of that water. And I can show you some of the programs that we have to make that possible. We've started a bunch of campaigns. We have this Brown is the New Green campaign, which is a really fun campaign that we're doing right now to try to get people to let the grass go brown. We also have some other, and I'll go back. We have these buckets that we're giving out. You can, if you know anybody who would like a bucket for their shower, by all means direct them to us. It's a very popular program. We've been giving away a lot of these buckets. They can come into our office and they can sign out a bucket for free. We're also giving them out at certain events, and it's a cool program. We have a drought hotline. We also have a drought email. We have Access Valley Water, which is this app. It's really cool. I just used it yesterday, in fact. And what this is, you can, if you see any water waste going on in the community, you can let us know and we'll send out, we just hired 5 water waste inspectors. The media calls them water cops, but there's no enforcement capability. They don't carry guns. They're not going to come up to you with a gun and say, turn your landscape irrigation off. It's not like that. They are simply educators, and they'll go out and they'll talk to people about why maybe you shouldn't let your your irrigation roll off onto a sidewalk and down into a gutter. And this app is great, and I used it yesterday because I was driving down Benton Street last night at around 7 o'clock, and somebody had their sprinklers going, and it was flooding the sidewalk and coursing into the gutter. Yeah, it was obnoxious, and I mean, that stuff personally offends me. So I pulled over, got out of the car, started my app, took a picture. You can actually click a picture. It'll GIS your position, which is amazing. So it knows exactly where you're at, and you can say, hey, you can choose from a drop-down menu, and you can say insane waste of water. That's actually not one of the choices, but it's one of the ones I would have put. And send it to us, and our water waste inspectors, they're great. They're in my unit, and they're terrific people. A couple of them are retired code enforcement people from San Jose. Yes, unbelievable. It's great. And so they go out and they will knock on doors. They will talk to people. They'll hand out notifications that look official. Even though, right now, like I said, we can't fine anybody. It's nice to have people worry for a minute. So inspire them to do the right thing. Let me talk to you about our conservation programs. We have a lot, and I'll keep it really short. We have residential programs, we have landscape programs, programs for businesses, ag programs, and outreach programs. There's a lot, and you can find a lot of information on our website. We have, and this is kind of a neat shot. This is one of the participants in our landscape rebate program. They took out their lawn and they put in this beautiful native garden. It's great. Some natives, probably some not. We have a rebate right now, and that's the most important thing that I would like to. I'm going to cut to the chase because it's so good. But you should also know we have a free home water survey program. We'll come to your home. We will look at your water use indoors. We'll look at your water use outdoors. And it's oftentimes the first step to getting a rebate from us. Let me talk to you about our landscape program right now. This is probably the most popular program we've done in a long time. Toilets are always popular. We have a toilet rebate. Clothes washers are always popular. We have a clothes washer rebate too. And by the way, we have toilet programs for businesses and residents, and clothes washer programs for businesses and residents. But our most popular program at this very moment, those are popular right now too, but this one right here, our landscape conversion program, taking out your landscape and putting in more climate appropriate plants. That is what we're encouraging. We have throughout Santa Clara County, in some places it's a little bit higher when the cities cost share with us, but right now through most of Santa Clara County, it's $2 per square foot. Now that's going to keep going until October 31st. But I wouldn't be surprised, wink wink, if it went past October 31st and maybe continued to the end of the year. So, and then possibly continued even after that, the elevated rebate amount. It used to be $1 per square foot, but we cranked it up in April because of the drought. So we're really, really pushing this program. Yes?
There's a little conflict if somebody goes with brown is the new green and then decides to do that. I'm under the impression somebody has to qualify for the rebate, you have to come out, see it's still green.
Nope.
Before.
Yeah, it used to be like that a long time ago. We changed it though. We changed it the beginning of the year. It no longer has to be a green lawn. It can be a brown lawn. All we care about at this point, and we understand the conflict because we're telling people let your lawns go brown. So we get that. So earlier this year we changed that. Now all it has to be is that at one point you have to tell that it is a lawn. So it can't just be dirt. It has to be brown grass, and there is a difference. So that's what we're going with right now.
You can do forensics and look for roots.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Any other questions so far?
Oh, right here.
Yes.
I actually just had somebody come out yesterday and do the water-wise survey.
Great.
And one thing that I think, if you want to update it, it's like he told me very specifically it's lawn, because I do want to put in a vegetable garden and I do want to have a pet area. So I told him like every space that I want to have, and patio space and stuff like that. So he expressed it to me, it's just lawn. Like it's not like other shrubberies or other kind of patches that are bricked off, like it's
That
still,
you can take out or you can put in.
that you can take out.
Right. It's just lawn.
Okay.
And pools.
And pools. Yeah, thanks. You know what? I should have updated this. Yeah, we include pools now in this. So for right now, if you want to take out your vegetable garden, if you want to, that doesn't count. Just lawns right now. Just lawns and pools. And what we do is we treat pools just like lawn. We measure and we calculate the square footage of your pool. And we will give you the same exact, it's the same exact program as our landscape rebate program, which means that you have to take out your pool, and you have to follow all of the local rules and regulations, because there are those. Then you have to put in drought-tolerant plants and some sort of and mulch, and you have to have it follow all the rules of the landscape conversion program. So there's that too. Yes.
Is it true that people do need to put in plants?
Yes. Plants up to 50% of the plant coverage at maturity. So you can put babies in, and we've done the calculations for you. We have a qualified plant list with all the different at maturity calculations done already for you. So if you want to put in this plant, we'll tell you what it gets to at maturity, and you use that number. 50% of the lawn area that you've taken out has to be plant coverage. The rest can be mulch to a depth of 2 inches. You also have to either cap your pop-up sprinklers or convert them to drip. And what else? Oh, and no artificial turf. And that's important. Yeah, we get that question 100 times a day, and I'm so tired of explaining why we don't do it. I'm sure you all get why we don't do it. Yes.
How about NP rotator?
Yes, those are on our qualifying product list. By the way, we also have efficient irrigation equipment list. So if anyone just wants to convert to efficient irrigation equipment, we have that too. You don't have to take out your lawn necessarily. Yes.
What is the source of funding for the rebate program?
That's an excellent question. And the source of funding is the Santa Clara Valley Water District's funding, which is, like I said, we are a government agency, and if you look on your water bill, you'll see Santa Clara Valley Water District fee that's on your water bill. So we also, from the water that we sell to our retailers, we get money that way too. We're a government agency, so obviously we don't make a profit on any of these things. And we also occasionally get grant funding. Some of our programs are augmented with grant funds, and State Department of Water Resources has been very generous with grant funding, and that's nice. Many of our programs, including that program, is grant funded too. And we get funding from our cost sharing partners. The City of Palo Alto has been very generous. The City of Morgan Hill, Cal Water, I could go on and on. City of San Jose. We get a lot of cost sharing partners. Yes?
Is there a quick story to tell about gray water in the county?
Yeah, oh, I should mention.
You know what, I think we better, can we save that for
Yeah.
another time? I'd be happy to talk about it, but we do need to.
Yes, there's a gray water laundry and landscape program, $200 for the complete conversion. Any final question? Wow, I really can just talk up here and talk to you all day. It's crazy. Any other final questions? Lovely. Oh, yes.
Is there any kind of program for water collection?
Rainwater cisterns, you mean?
Yeah.
No. Rainwater cisterns are great. We encourage them, but but that doesn't mean that we won't in the future. There's lots of programs in the future that we're looking at adding, and that's one of them. So we may in the future sometime. And by the way, we have literature at the California Native Society table. We have these rat cards. I put a whole bunch of them out there. Please do grab some on your way out. They have our current rebates on them. They have our website, our phone numbers. And feel free to give me a call, Karen Koppett, or you can talk to Ashley Carter. She is the program manager for that program. She's not here today because she had a family emergency come up, but that gal knows her stuff. So feel free to call us and talk to Ashley or me or anybody on our water conservation hotline. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Karen.